What's up everybody, it's Justin with Supreme Suspensions again, coming at you with our Tacoma in the shop today. Today, we're going to talk about U-bolt flip kits, the what's, the whens, and the whys of the kit. In off-roading, every bit of clearance counts. This kit's designed to help provide the maximum amount of clearance at the axle clamping point and prevent damage that could make future service more difficult, like bent U-bolts or damaged threads, which then need to be cut off if you're going to service or replace any of the components in the area. It's not uncommon for aftermarket or OEM U-bolt systems to hang down far enough to actually get caught up on an off-road obstacle. Whether it's a tree stump or a rock or the edge of an oddball rut that you're hitting. This kit removes those hanging portions from under the axle to help provide you the most off-road ability. So let's talk about how the kit actually functions. Most OEM truck setups have a square over-the-top U-bolt that has a clamping plate underneath the axle. That clamping plate and the U-bolts protrude down from the axle and reduce the ground clearance in that area. This kit flips that system upside down using a round U-bolt to go from under the axle up and replaces it with the clamping plate on top. This system gives you protrusion underneath the axle that only extends 5/8 of an inch below the axle tube, unlike on this truck where the OEM system is about 2 1/4 to 2.5 inches depending on how you measure it. So let's talk a little bit about the components of this kit. The primary component of the kit is our axle plate itself. This is massive 1/2 inch thick A36 S400 steel. It's actually got two 3/8 by 16 holes that are 4.5 inch center on center to accommodate a variety of bump stop solutions. That could be a modified OEM bump stop, that could be a set from Sumo or Durobump or Timbren, or in this truck's case, a Wheeler's off-road bracket with super bumps. The plate is coated in a 3-stage proprietary electrostatic finish that undergoes 1,000 hours of salt spray testing in a lab. That meets or exceeds the ASTM B117 standards. So all you guys that live in an area where your roads get salted during the winter, we've got you covered. You're going to be rust-free for the life of the product. The next key component of this kit is the hefty 5/8 U-bolts. Most OEM applications come with either a 1/2 inch or a 9/16 U-bolt. This 5/8 is a huge upgrade from that in strength and longevity. One of the key features of these U-bolts is that we use a fine thread pitch. This allows for increased torque holding with less likelihood of slippage, like some of the common overseas U-bolts we'll see after harsh vibrations in off-road driving conditions. The U-bolts are produced in an ISO 9001 certified facility and meet, or in most cases, greatly exceed OEM standards. They also use an OEM style polymer E-coat to provide maximum abrasion and corrosion resistance. Also included, high strength tall shouldered hex nuts and heavy washers to match with them. Let's talk applications. This kit has a ton of fitments. Pretty much any truck with a 2 1/4 to 2.5 inch wide leaf spring and a 3.5 inch diameter axle tube can utilize this kit. The best improvements are obviously going to be seen on trucks that come from the factory with a square top-down U-bolt. But even applications that already have a round underslung U-bolt can still see a huge improvement based on the increased U-bolt size and the flexibility for various bump stop mounting options. One of the big things is this is not locked into Supreme suspension components. We love for you to use our kits, but this will work with whatever you've got. Whether it's an OEM truck that you just want a little more clearance on, whether you've got lift block kit in the back, add-a-leafs, or even full-on leaf packs in the rear of the truck, this kit can be adapted for that situation. Check out our website, supremesuspensions.com, for our listed applications. If you don't see yours on there, give us a ring and talk to one of our ASE certified techs, and they'll get you squared away with what you need for your application.